Hey guys, Bory here. I don't know what happened. My recorder was recording, and I wasn't recording. So we're doing this again, take two. Happy Monday. We're gonna try to make this quick, as quick as I can. I'm trying to talk through it. Just doing a quick news update video. A few things to go over. You do have to kind of scroll to find the patch notes, which are right here. This is in game, so if you want to look at it yourself, you can. But right off the bat, part 2 is starting. We are getting SWICK, is the first one, of course, and he is basically Fire Vox. He's a little weaker, but at the same time, he has his own niches that make him, I think, better than Vox in some situations. However, his banner does have 5 total Hero Fest units on it, which means there's going to be a decent amount of filler, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Hopefully, they don't put a lot more stuff on there, because there's always a couple more usually afterwards, too. But at least the filler is kind of good. You got Laplay. Laplay's, I really want Laplay. I hope I get her off the banner. I don't have any gems though. But she has 2 support slots. Really good for water mono. Just really good in general. And then you have Luvette. Luvette's really good for RGB nuking or for the Earth mono team. Celia is of course a taunt tank if you don't have one. She is technically the worst because there's only 3 of them. There might be more. I think there's only 3. Because she's more equip reliant, and you gotta be more diligent about paying attention to things with Celia. And of course, Melia, the time stopping queen. And then we're also getting their true equip banner, which will have Celia, Voxes, and Melia's. SWICK does not have his own true equip. Story spoilers. So yeah, he has his own. He has Voxes, and you'll find that out in the story why he gets it. So, on top of that, you will also be getting the SWICK event, and the big one, which I'm most pumped for, we're getting a new Crest Palace. And if it's like the other Crest Palaces when they came out, they're going to be out for 7 days. So hopefully this is out for 7 days. I'm not going to go over it right now. Just look forward to a guide video when it does drop. I'm pretty sure it is the Glittering Dragon one, which should be fun. So yeah, that is the overall thing of the new stuff that is coming. As for this, we're getting the rerun of the Ruin Raleigh event on the 21st. So not this week, but the week after. It's probably come with a Ricky's Rock banner or something random. I don't know. So this is kind of nice because I'm missing X marks. I really want X marks. I find myself kind of wanting it in certain situations. And it's been a while since it's been back, so I know a few people need this. So that's kind of nice. It should be... it's really easy to farm. Just use 3 Adrums and a Fina or a Mako, and you'll be fine. Again, the 4-star is kind of good, the physical one, and of course X marks is really good. So looking forward to that farm too. So jumping right into it. If I don't close out my thing this time, the auto assurance thing, SWICK right here is coming. This is his awakening art. His sprite is also really cool. Probably one of my favorite sprites in the game, next to Voxes. So pretty pumped for that. He looks really cool. Getting right into his kit. His skill is 1600 fire attribute physical damage. He increases his own art gauge by 20, and then when he's in Magia Drive, he increases it by additional 20, so 40, and Break Force 700. So when he's in Magia, he gets 40 art, same as Vox. Pretty nice. As for his art, he does 12,000 fire attribute physical. He increases his mystery gauge by 3 for 10 seconds. Break Force 1800. So this is 30 art, and then in 10 seconds you can get 80 from your skill. So you can literally just spam this back to back to back to back pretty much. So that's pretty nice. Pretty good spammy skill, just like how Vox's normal art is spammy, except it doesn't have the all stats attached to the normal art, which is why people kind of value Vox higher than SWICK. As for his true art, for 180 seconds he enters Magia Drive. When he's in Magia Drive, it's 40,000 fire attribute physical damage, and it increases all allies' HP by 20% and physical damage by 100% for 10 seconds. Break Force 3500. I wish this was like 15-second buff. I feel like it'd be a lot better if it was. But 10 seconds is still good. You just kind of got to pair it well for the damage up. As for the HP up, this is kind of nice because he's technically a fire healer. Again, it's technically all stats, but whatever. It functions the same way. But it is a healer. You can run him with the fire mono combo with like Mage Barrack and Gerald for your art gen as your mage barrack, you have SWICK who's art genning, and you have Drawl tanking and stuff. You'll be fine. SWICK is really good for that situation. I think a lot of people forget that he does have that fire attribute attached to him, which pairs really well with his other self. And you can pair them both together on the same team, which is kind of weird, but whatever. But yeah, as for his passives, he has, when he's dying, he has 50% up skill CC, which is nice because if you do happen to get that red health, you can get that arch-gen going to hopefully get that heal off quicker. He also has 25% water attribute resistance. This means he is technically attribute neutral. Sorry. It's because the attribute disadvantage is 25% in this game increase, so he's 25% resist, which should even out. It probably doesn't even out exactly, but he's pretty much neutral, which is really nice. And then his Mad Drive buff is when he is in Mad Drive, it increases his skill CT and skill damage by 100%. This is really nice because his CT on his skill is 8 seconds, which means this will take it down to a 4 second, unless it's the other one. We were talking about CLCT the other day and kind of confused me. Gotta get confirmation on that, but I'm pretty sure it takes it down to 4. If not, it's still a lot of buffs. As for skill damage is nice, but really it's only taking up 3200, but 3200 is pretty decent. Considering 3 of them is pretty much a normal arc. So, pretty nice. People undervalue him because he doesn't have the same amount of damage that Vox has, and he doesn't have that heal on art, but again, he does have that fire attribute, so he can pair well with different things. But overall, he is a really good physical damage user. As for his equips, he is a 5-star physical, a 5-star defense, and a 4-star support. This is kind of decent because you do get a defense slot, and sometimes you do need a defense slot on team. Again, you can pair him with Vox too. You can run SWICK, Vox, and like Fiend Fen or something, like along those lines. And then he has a 4-star support, which is kind of good. Again, he doesn't have that 5-star support, which kind of hinders him. So it's not that SWICK is worse than Vox. It's just he has a few things that like make him a little less than Vox, because Vox is just more reliable because he has that support slot, because he has that crit damage buff, etc. So he's still good, but he is coming. So that's kind of nice. I do kind of want him. I think if you don't have Vox, he's a really good substitute too. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. Jumping right in, his event, there's 2 equips in his event. This is the JP art, of course. The global one probably will come out later today or tomorrow in game, so you can see it. As for the overall stats of these, this is a 5-star defense. It has a 45 second CT. It has an awesome passive, honestly, where it increases your physical damage by 10%, which makes me kind of want to run this on SWICK and a couple other units, because it has a 10% damage buff, which actually could be good on Goblin Slayer if you have him too. So I'm definitely going to farm a couple of these, and then its active is, I don't think the active time is right. I think it's probably 50. But it disables your damage to a total of 500 and a damage reduction of 20%. You can't, no duplication, so you can't stack them. I wish it was 1,000 damage mitigation. This would make it pretty much top tier defense item. 500 is kind of meh. It doesn't make it better than a 25% or 30% defense item, which is kind of sad. But it is a free defense item, and it does have that 10% damage buff. So that's something to look at. Kind of nice. Again, I'm going to farm a couple of them myself because I have some interesting ideas for it. As for the other one is the 4-star support item. These have a 50-second CT, and they give an attack 5% up passive. Nothing crazy. But it does increase all ally stats by 10% for 15 seconds. This is basically a heal again. You have a support slot that gives an attack, a defense, and a heal buff. This could be interesting in some situations. Very few. It could be good for when Aces comes, because Aces, you can't use Arch-Gen items. So this is basically a heal item slash tank item, kind of, with a little bit of a damage buff, which could be good in a 4-star slot. So there's a few uses for it. I definitely farm one. Again, nothing crazy. Pretty much one and done with this event. Farm your stones, clear shop out, be done for the week. So nothing too crazy, guys. But that is all the news, and that is what's coming this week, and the Roll the event the next week or the week after. So stuff to look forward to. we're also getting the new Crest Palace, which I'm super pumped for. So do look forward to that video. If you want to know the other Blood Knights that are coming, I know MOP just posted a video today explaining those, so go check them out if you want to watch him. So yeah, guys, have a great day. I'll catch you guys later.